Eres una chispa de sabor que te haga decir no manches. Squirt es la opción carnal, refrescante, sabroso y puro estilo chilango. A darle con todo, compitas. Squirt, más chingón que tu tía en la cocina.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and slags and scallywags, and welcome to this week's episode of the Hedonism Hotline. We tonight are revisiting the Hoodrats of the NBA, part Deux tonight, as we experienced technical difficulties without a tech last stream, and, well, I believe we have some malware. Sonny was, I hate to say this, but, it's kind of like one of those people who looks in their girlfriend's phone, but, I searched Sonny's web history, and let me just tell you that Sonny likes to, he likes to view some strange content. Let's just put it like that. I feel like I know him better now, and that I had no conceivable idea who he was before. That being said, he's not a pedo or anything like that. I just had no idea that, he was so interested in animal husbandry. So we're going to have to do an episode at one point on animal husbandry, and if that's the thing that turns you on, well, as long as you're not a zoophiliac who actually fornicates with animals, then, that episode will be for you. Animal husbandry, an upcoming episode on the Hedonism Hotline. I am your host, the Ghost of Burt Byrd, and for those of you who were not with us on Wednesday when we so feebly attempted to live stream, we opened with a discussion of this instrument behind me. Now, many of you are aware of this instrument as you have probably celebrated Thanksgiving. Those of you in the United States celebrated Thanksgiving, and you'll recognize that this is a turkey baster. I won't go into much depth as we covered it last week on the stream. But everyone should be aware that these women, these NBA hoodrats, these groupies, gutter groupies, fly girls, bimbos, hoochie mamas, chicken heads, bitches, thoughts, hoes with gats, they're just out to get you. Men, they are out to get you. Have you ever heard that song, Man Eater? Whoa, here she comes. Watch out, boys, she'll chew you up. Yes, that is the story of woman. Ever since the age of Adam and Eve, women have been trying to go behind men's backs and get tawdry and promiscuous and just downright ornery, just thinking they know best when, you and I know where they best belong. And that's no offense to any of you slags who are watching this stream. That would be sluts to you Americans. Any of you slags, sluts, watching this stream should not be offended when I when I basically echo what scientists have been screaming for centuries, and that is that, the men are the hunters. The men are the ones out in the field, the ones needing to plow, needing to go spread their seed, and, on the chance that they can pass on their genes to the next generation. As I digress, we have a phone call. We have a phone call, ladies and gentlemen.
From?
Hey, Alan.
Good evening, Alan. Alan, did I get it correct? Is Alan?
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen?
Hi, Bert. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you, sir? You sound like you are you doing whippets? What are you up to?
Oh, I don't know. My cousin was just showing me your stream. I think that's what it's called.
It's a stream. It's a live stream. It's done frequently on YouTube. That's the platform. It's also known as an app. Pardon?
What's YouTube?
Well, YouTube is it's basically a place where people can broadcast, man. A place where people can have a little bit of a podium, so to speak, to spread their message to the world.
Oh,
Now,
so
let's.
it's like that Pornhub place.
It is not a Pornhub place. No, this is not a place for pornography. YouTube frowns upon pornography, and that's unfortunate. But
then you make a stream about horses fucking.
How to stud a horse? Well, that's more along the lines of how to breed a thoroughbred or a quarter horse. Yes, we did make a video about horse fucking. What of it, man? What of it?
Oh, well, I'm wondering if you're ever gonna make an episode about cousin fucking.
Cousins?
Cousin fucking, yeah.
We could do an episode about incest, but that's a rather taboo subject. It's one of those things that unless you're...
Don't use your fancy words. What does taboo mean?
It means that, it isn't too popular among the general public. Are you in love with your cousin?
Everybody fucks their cousins around here.
Have you been fucking your cousin?
Yeah. Yeah, we were fucking when you showed me your stream, Bert.
Is this a first cousin or some other cousin?
Yeah, of course. Gotta keep it in the family.
You got to keep it Jimmy hat is what you got to keep it. You got to keep it wrapped up, my friend.
Oh no, how are we gonna make babies then?
Oh, brother. I mean, you, my friend, sound like you are what is known as defective or deficient in certain. Your number of chromosomes seem to be off, sir. The number of chromosomes that you currently possess seems to be off, and I very highly doubt that society at large would approve of you bumping uglies with your first cousin when you yourself are, how shall I say, one of those, a prime candidate for a vasectomy.
I don't know what vasectomy is, but I'm the smartest man in our family, I'll have you know.
That is terrifying. Hopefully none of you drive and operate heavy machinery, or really...
No, we just ride our horses around.
You ride your horses. Are you Amish or Mennonite? What's the deal? You ride horses?
No, we don't. Yeah. Oh, because you see, we don't really get car parts out here, so all the cars we get just break.
Out where? Where are you calling from?
I'm in Alabama.
Oh, Alabama. I know it well.
It's a beautiful country.
Potato. I will just have to agree to disagree, man. Alabama is a godforsaken place, and if you're out there, no one pay him any mind because he speaks nonsense.
Oh, hang on a second. Hang on. Hang on.
Hang on. For what?
Ha! That's what you get. There was a black man just walking down the road right there.
We're going to crank that down because, frankly, we've got that's just poor form. poor form to willy-nilly smack a stranger that you basically have no idea who they are, especially because of certain phenotypes that they present. Shame on you. Shame on you, whatever your name is, and may you stay in Alabama, that hellhole, for the rest of your God-forsaken life until you are ultimately remanded to hell after a stop in Mr. Bojangles' shop where he can pillage you and just penetrate every one of your holes. Good day. As I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, we have a donation for Big Squatch.
I'm about to come.
Hey Bert, why don't you stop talking shit about me, or else I'm going to make a new show and steal all your viewers.
Well, God damn it, it didn't seem to show up. His donation didn't show up. Squatch, I'm very sorry about that, but you know, it's
I'm about to come.
You stole my money, asshole.
I did no such thing. I did not steal your money, Squatch. I merely am having technical difficulties and I'm unable to present the TTS on screen for some reason. I would have to shut down the stream, restart this piece of shit software, and then you would all be left in the wind and I would have no viewers when I returned. And that basically chaps my ass. That's not what I'm here for. Thank you, Squatch, for your donations. I did not steal your money. More appropriately, that money was, well, it's not so voluntarily given to him, but Mr. Bojangles, he basically relinquishes everything I earn on this stream. And fair enough, he's the producer. He's the one, he's the bigwig. He's the one who calls the shots. So, we were discussing this instrument. Known as a turkey baster, ladies and gentlemen, NBA players, upon entering the league as rookies, go through an orientation where they are instructed to, one, always bring a condom to an engagement with a woman or man, if that's their preferred gender. But in the case of women, it's most important that that condom that is brought and used and skeeted into leave with the player once concluded. Once the sexual act is concluded, that condom is not to be dispensed into any toilet. Imp! Imp! You need to deposit a quarter if you want a Mexican squirt. You know the drill. You put a quarter in the box.
I got a quarter no more. I spent no 5.
I swear to God, sometimes you just can't find decent coworkers or help these days. In any case, these women will take that disposed condom, they will insert a turkey baster into it and scoop up all of the ejaculate before they insert said turkey baster into their vaginal cavity and attempt to impregnate themselves with the seed of a multi-millionaire. Now, something's rotten, folks, in the state of Alabama. And I believe it is these Hoodrats out here. These Hoodrats cannot be trusted. They cannot be trusted. You can't trust women to begin with, and then you throw these gutter groupies and these Hoodrats into the mix, and goddamn it, you've just got chaos, and it's bonkers. It's just bonkers, and what is a man to do nowadays? What is a hedonist to do out in the world when he is just going to be scammed and just taken advantage of at every possible moment? You know, all he wants to do is get his dick wet, and then he's got to keep a hold of his valuables. Should he sleep next to this skank, he needs to hold on to his wallet and, most importantly, destroy all of his ejaculate, which, as everyone knows, it goes contrary to what it reads in the Bible, where Onan spilled his seed onto the ground, And the Lord God reprimanded him with some sort of brutal punishment, I'm sure, because the Old Testament God was a real motherfucker. He was a real asshole. And my heart goes out to all you Jews because, frankly, I feel that you're just deluded and you've all got some sort of complex, this father complex, where you're just afraid of God. God is not meant to be feared. God is not meant to. What can God do? What can you do, God? That was bold. I'm going to pretend I'm going to retract that statement, God. I know that you can do much, especially to me as it concerns my stay here and my eventual destination, so please forgive me. Ladies and gentlemen, turkey basters, they are a weapon of a very, very just malevolent sort of individual, up to shenanigans, up to playing God, because to impregnate oneself with spent seed, with the donor of the seed not knowing that, I mean, that's just completely wrong. That is so wrong. It should be a mortal sin. There should be a circle in hell for these slags who attempt such tomfoolery. And that's about what we will say on that. Secondly, we will be moving on to a brief segment regarding an Instagram model, some slag that posts selfies. Imp!
Yeah, what?
Silence!
What?
I said zip it!
I don't wanna.
God damn it. This particular thought on the right with the extraterrestrial eyelashes and the plastic surgery just everywhere and makeup caked all over her face, cleavage just barren to the world. Right now she's telling a particular unlikable individual, a YouTuber who's just unfortunate, of a recent time when she was getting fucked in a hotel room. She was getting fucked, just casually, a casual fuck, apparently, because lo and behold, 8 NBA players strode into the hotel room, mid-fucking, and decided to sit all around the bed. You only have to wonder what the poor motherfucker that was plowing her at the time, how he had to feel. Because you have 8, most likely African Americans, basic. Oh, we have a donation from the Satanic Temple.
Thank you for showing where you lie, Bert. We'll see you down in hell soon.
Thank you for showing where you lie, Bert. We'll see you down in hell soon. I believe that's live. I believe that is thank you for showing where you live, Bert. We'll see you down in hell soon. If that's a promise, I'm quite lonely. And I'd love to mix it up with a Satanist because, quite frankly, it's like when an attractive girl and a fat girl side by side, I would just look more heavenly, more angelic, more predestined to head to the appropriate place. That would be heaven. In any case, the slag on the right. She right now is bragging about how these 8 NBA players, who all decided to just perch along the bed and, surrounding them, this fucking couple, and she then proceeded to service all of them. And by service, I mean they inserted their penises into her mouth one by one, ejaculated, and she swallowed all the loads. And she claimed she got no stomachache from it, which to me, it begs the question, how often do you suck multiple dicks at once, ingest all of the semen, and experience no nausea? You must be a seasoned blowjob artist. You are one slag if I've ever seen one. To brag about the sort of thing. What's more, now let's not forget, this is someone's mother, because she is now pregnant, ladies and gentlemen. She is pregnant with a baby girl. The father has not been disclosed, but Lord only knows, or can guess, that he is a member of the National Basketball Association. Unfortunate for that gentleman, or shall I say, that scallywag. Eliza Jane. Eliza Jane, ladies and gentlemen, gets the award for Dirty Slag of the Year. Dirty Slag of the Year goes to Eliza Jane. Now, we've talked a little bit about the hierarchy that's in play as it concerns these quote-unquote groupies, and how the highest caliber of groupie, your Kim Kardashian, your Eva Longoria, well, they're just too proud to admit that they are actually groupies. They're too proud to believe that they stoop so low as to just be fangirls who, will put a ring on it and be just cheated on repeatedly every time the husband goes on the road and often at home. Because let's face it, these gentlemen are philanderers. These are philandering hedonists. These gentlemen are basically just getting their dicks wet willy-nilly at random with anyone who will open their legs. And let me tell you, there are multitudes whose legs are open to NBA players. As the hierarchy is concerned, we are going to start at the very bottom with the gutter groupies, as they are known. These gutter groupies are the type that will basically wait in the parking lot after a game in order to, if the player is feeling so generous, accompany him to his Bentley or his luxury automobile and suck on his dick and fondle his nuts and see to it that he reaches climax, and then she'll leave as the happiest individual this side of the Mississippi, depending on which side of the Mississippi you're on. Because let's face it, these gutter groupies want nothing more than to suck as many dicks as possible, preferably NBA dicks. They will go out of their way. They will do anything anything under the sun, as long as it means they can swallow the beef and the balls and the kids. And let me tell you, it's a bit terrifying. Because these multitudes of gutter groupies are, they're basically your standard Hoodrats. They're not going to travel to the NBA All-Star Weekend and spring for hotel rooms, spring for flights. Because let's face it, they're ratchet. These are ratchet bitches. And seeing how low they will go is... it's a predetermined answer. They will go as onto their knees and as low as the situation calls for, which in this case, NBA players being mostly very tall, is not as low as you would expect. But be not mistaken, many of these women are at rock bottom. They don't know it. They probably enjoy their lifestyle. They probably feel a great deal of confidence and self-love from the multiple players whose jism they've ingested. Who's to tell? Who is to tell? That being said, we've got several images behind me of these women who attend NBA games and take selfies in front of players, basically just to get their attention, take these just absolutely outrageous posed selfies that everybody just, come on. We've got here, We've got here Chandler Parsons behind us, sliding into the DMs and getting rejected. Kyrie Irving with a couple of the fly girls, the better looking gutter groupies, or groupies as I were. Here we've got the real J.R. Smith and Plenty of Fish asking a fan if she wants to get the pipe. We've got Gilbert Arenas with several fine looking women. He is participating in what is known as the work. Here we've got a couple of gutter groupies who would do anything, and they're getting their breasts signed. We've got a phone call.
Call from.
Kobe Bryant's hoe.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Well, good evening and welcome to the Hedonism Hotline. We are chagrined and much obliged to have you call in Kobe Bryant's hoe. May I call you hoe, or what should I call you?
Baniqua, Larifa, Sharifa. Just call me Kobe Bryant's hoe.
Kobe Bryant's hoe. That's much easier to remember. Now,
Yeah, he tall. He got that big ass horse cock, you know.
He is also dead.
He is?
Oh, he died in a helicopter crash about 2.5 years ago. So I don't know who it is
Who am I sleeping with?
Lord only knows, but it's an imposter for certain.
Hold on a second. I got that deadbeat motherfucker right here. Kobe, get your ass over here. Kobe. What up, baby mama? What up, baby mama? Kobe, get your ass over. Hold up. Kobe. Yeah, hello, this is Kobe Bryant.
Well, if that's not the Dollar General version of Kobe Bryant, if I've ever heard one. Now listen.
Who the fuck you call a Dollar General Kobe Bryant, bitch?
If
This
you are
Kobe Bryant, I didn't die.
If you are Kobe Bryant,
Black Mamba.
you spent your childhood in Italy. Speak to me in Italian then, Kobe.
Pasta, fungul, itumamu gats.
I'm afraid that's a big no. I'm afraid you are just an absolute masquerade. You're masquerading.
Toasteroni.
What did you say?
Listen, man, listen. I said toasterones.
That is an
Cuban
American.
sandwich.
That is an American version of an Italian thing. That is absolutely an Americana. Piece of Americana. You are a fraud, sir. You get.
As a matter, who is this? Because why is my hoe calling you exactly, huh? You trying to blow up my spot, Mr. White Man, Mr. Sexy Little White Man with them blue ass eyes.
I am the closest.
Come over there and give you a slice of Kobe.
I am the closest thing to a god, sir, that you will ever speak with. So you show some goddamn respect.
I am a god, motherfucker. I'm Kobe motherfucking Bryant. I ain't died. I escaped my motherfucking death like Snoop Dogg.
Is your name just Kobe Bryant, or do you believe that you're actually the NBA player?
You want to see my motherfucker? Hold on. Kobe Bryant. KobeBryant. Kobe Bryant.
That certainly doesn't. That's not spelled the same way as the late basketball player. My apologies, sir.
You mean that fraud ass motherfucker? That fraud ass motherfucker? He a fraud. He the one going around saying Kobe Bryant, Black Mamba. They've been calling me a snake since the day I came out my mama's birth canal.
Are you a snake in the grass, perhaps?
I came out with a hot ass dice hand, and I ain't been losing since, bitch.
So you're just a
Kobe Bryant,
a cold-blooded snake who's got no. You're not. There's nothing surreptitious or secretive about you, my friend. You are just a bold-faced snake to the world, aren't you?
Okay, so listen. I'm gonna get real with you real quick, though. Okay, don't tell this dumb bitch that called in that I ain't the motherfucker that play ball. Okay, because she thinks that, and basically I get to nut up all in that ass every single night. You find a girl to let you nut up all in that ass every single night. You keep that bitch, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, hold up.
Let me.
I told you, baby, I'm the real Kobe Bryant. See, I told you, he the real Kobe.
You are absolutely
Bryant
right. I am mistaken. I had no idea what I think I was thinking of Carl Bryant, or someone with another name, but no, for sure.
Carl Malone. You were thinking of Carl Malone. It's the C on
the mailman.
C and
Yes.
the K.
Yes, the mailman.
Clive Barker. You thought of Clive Barker, all that motherfuckers.
Well, congratulations, ma'am. Are you going to wed? Are you going to? Is he going to put a ring on it, or what? You going to lock the deal in?
Well, I mean, basically, we just kind of fuck around how we see fit. If you want to come over later, I could give you my address.
I'd prefer you text me a selfie first, and then we can talk about your address. However,
Toby, come over here and let's take a picture of these beef curtains.
Let's make sure that when that text comes in, we do not view it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a word from a new sponsor tonight on the program. It's a new app called Cockblock. Cockblock is for those slags and, for the slags, for the fairer sex. Cockblock is an app that uses AI to recognize when a text sent your way contains a dick. It is an app that allows you to enter your dick preferences, size, girth, length, color, or hue, because there's a whole palette of hues, pubic hair preferences, proportion to the rest of the body, so that when you are out and about in the world, those dick pics that are unsatisfactory, that do not fit your criteria, well, they'll be blocked immediately. Whereas those dick pics that you have articulated as preferable will move into your inbox, slide into your DMs, and be there for your viewing pleasure, for your in order to get moist and do whatever it is you do with your toys and your numerous parts like the clitoris, G-spot, and everything else. God, it's so hard to please a woman. There's just buttons everywhere, goddammit. And, well, in any case, Cockblock. Find it on your App Store or the Google Play Store. And proceed to censor those dicks you don't want to see and invite those dicks you do, ladies, slags, sluts. With that, we are going to go to a quick commercial break, as all of this speaking has left me a little bit parched, and I need to have a Mexican squirt, because the liquid comes in, it just never goes out. I've got to piss so bad, and it's just part of living in purgatory. Another phone call.
From.
Big Squatch.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
My nemesis, Squatch.
Hey, Bert. How you doing, buddy?
How was your vacation?
Oh, it was wonderful, yeah.
Great, because we had a hell of a time here with you gone, man. Just an absolute shit show.
Oh.
Yes, you left us. You absolutely shat the bed, man, in terms of, you didn't get any coverage, man. There was no coverage, and the stream crashed because I don't know what it was. But I'm blaming you. I'm blaming you, Squatch.
Hey, I'm not Sonny. It's not my fault. I'm literally just in charge of watching, making sure nobody's saying the N-word in chat or anything.
Sonny,
I have nothing to do with the actual running of the stream.
Well, we'll just beg to differ. I beg to differ, and we'll agree to disagree. And you get another...
And I'll agree that you are wrong.
Well, you are getting another mark on your permanent record, another black X, and not a gold star. So... I know that.
Give a fuck what you gifted me.
You are acting very unexpected right now. You need to clean up that mouth, man.
Well, you were saying I was acting like a pussy, so.
And you were, man. You were acting like a pussy.
Oh my God! Fucking eat my ass, dude.
Charlie the Angel
Just
gave you
spread
the...
those cheeks to eat out that
Listen,
fucking chocolate
are those
fudge.
are your clitoris rings infected? Why are you in such a bad? Do you have a UTI because you've been fucked too much in the pussy? What's going on, man?
No, so I'm here to let you know I've had enough of your bullshit, and I am going to start my own show.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, slags and scallywags, Squatch has come here to hog a little bit of limelight in order to plug his own show. And because he's an opportunist.
Yeah, it's better than anything you have.
Because he's an opportunist and he's got no sense of decorum or social tact because his social intelligence is just below the lowest rung of the ladder. So we're going to allow him
I'm
to...
autistic, right?
No, be my guest. Be my guest. Go ahead and let the folks know what it is you're starting.
Oh, no. You were just saying I have low social intelligence. Just so you know, I am autistic. So, yes, I do have a lower social intelligence.
Are you perhaps a savant?
Well, I'm really smart when it comes to like things like history and stuff.
Don't lie, my
But I'm not a
friend.
savant.
Do not lie.
Like
Everyone knows your
conventionally creative
IQ.
things.
Everyone on stream knows your IQ score does not merit entrance into Mensa. You are no savant, sir. You are simply on the spectrum.
So
You are simply on the
soon,
spectrum, and yes.
Look. So sometime soon, I'm going to be having my first stream. How about for my first stream?
What was the name of your hotline again?
And we can see who's actually the smarter one.
What was the name of your hotline again? Nobody cares. No one cares what the name of his hotline is. It's the Humanism hotline. Totally derivative. He's basically going to try and recruit Erasmus from the dead. And good luck, because Erasmus, last I checked, was very, very happy. He would not want to associate with a mongoloid, much less one on the spectrum who's got no social tact or intelligence whatsoever, because, frankly, his parents didn't look him in the eyes as a child. That's how autism is caused, folks. See, when a baby is born, they recognize that they first learn. This is Jacques Lacan, by the way, a French philosopher from the 1960s. For all you nincompoops and ignoramuses, we've got a donation.
Hi there. I just got done with a great arcade date. I am such a rizzler.
Llama has just been concluded with an arcade date, and he's done it with Riz, as us hedonists are known to do. Llama, congratulations. We can only hope that arcade date concluded in fornication or something nearly like it. Thank you for your tip. Ladies and gentlemen, as I was saying, Squatch. What is it about that Squatch? Well, I've lost it. I've lost my train of thought, goddammit. That's neither here nor there. It's neither here nor there, as we were going to take a quick break and get a drop of Mexican squirt, because Mexican squirt más chingón que tu tía en la cocina. Hello and welcome back to the Hedonism Hotline. We welcome Dr. Bung Kegels to the program. Dr. Bung Kegels is renowned for his revolutionary techniques about strengthening your pelvic floor, specifically the pelvic floor that is somehow affiliated with making excrement. So that's what he does. He's an expert, and you heard it here first. We do have some folks of intelligence that watch this show. I know. Most of you are God's children. Let's just call you God's children, most of you. And by that I mean low intelligence, lacking riz, not very good looking, almost homely, virginal, socially anxious, afraid of public speaking, bedwetting, pre-ejaculation committing, and bad joke telling. But we've also got a few good eggs. We've got a few brains who pay attention to the stream, because after all, Burt is highly entertaining, highly intelligent and articulate, and well, goddammit, people see that. Thank you for seeing that and validating my self-love, aka narcissistic tendencies. In the hierarchy of NBA Hoodrats, at the very bottom, excuse me, at the very bottom, folks, we have the gutter groupies. And we'd already discussed the gutter groupies, the ones who will basically do anything to swallow some jism, because they're just thirsty individuals. They really want to brush with fame, and if they're one of these so-called lucky ones who get to perform fellatio on an NBA athlete, well then they are elevated. They are no longer just a gutter groupie, but perhaps they are one of the fly girls, or the working girls. The working girls. The working girls being the second tier from the bottom. Working girls are apt to hook up with bodyguards, hangers-on, friends of the athletes, family of the athletes, basically anyone in the circumference, because working girls are all about having a good time. They're not exactly there to chase NBA players. Now, they wouldn't turn down a fling with one. They'd be all about it, because let's face it, these are hedonists. Some of them might be watching the show right now. Hello, working girls, and thank you for tuning in. The working girls are all about having a good time. So it really doesn't matter if the dick belongs to a multimillionaire or to someone who within a few degrees of separation of said multimillionaire. Now these are the working girls are outranked by the fly girls, and the fly girls are basically going to be, they're hot, they're good looking, they're definitely bonable, and many of them think that they are better than the other groupies, and they are, because let's be honest, we're talking about some dime pieces, wearing regrettable outfits, but nonetheless, dime pieces. I mean, just absolute smoke shows. I mean, check out the curves on this one. Dear God. They're typically in an outfit of some sort or other that accentuates their curves, and just pop in all the right places. Just pop in all the right places. Fly Girl is one of those who is attractive enough to warrant perhaps a second encounter with an athlete. That the athlete would feel the pussy was so good and tight, and that ass was so plump them titties just absolutely buoyant and perky that they had to go back for seconds. And who are we to blame them? Because let's be perfectly honest. Aside from the ones that just looked they were beaten with the ugly stick and received plastic surgery on every part of their bodies, which there are numerous clowns like this one behind me, just a straight up cartoonish looking individual, an absolute butterface, $1 million body, bankrupt face. But she probably warrants inclusion into the Fly Girls, who are the hottest of the non-celebrities and frequently like to get it on with the athletes. Finally, we have the celebrities, the upper echelon of fangirls, groupies, the type, as we mentioned earlier, Eva Longoria, Kim Kardashian, you know, the types, Halle Berry, if you've ever seen her look at Kobe Bryant, or Beyonce, the way she looked at LeBron James with the fuck me eyes, right next to Jay-Z. It was evident that her pussy was wet for King James. And let's be honest, if I had a pussy, I could very well see it moistening as a result of being in the presence of King James, especially if I was gambling on the game and that was looking favorably and I was going to win some money, because nothing's better than free money, folks. Nothing is better than free money except, well, possibly a few other things are better than free money. If you are out there, if there's anyone watching the show, we question you to call us and alert us to anything that might be better than money, free money, because I don't have an answer for you. I do not have an answer. Money buys everything, and most specifically, drugs. We would be lying if we didn't say that most of these groupies, whatever tier they occupy, that they are quite literally thirsty for NBA penis. No matter who they are, they will get down and do anything for that D. On the video behind me, we've got a video of Dennis Rodman at a club in Chicago following a game, and this is just one encounter with a fan. And she, as you can tell, the phrase is on his nuts. She is just all over his nuts. She would have probably gotten on her knees in the middle of the dance floor and blown him right there if he had been down. But that would have been an act that would have got him accused of being a sex offender. 903 KCU FTAF has tipped $5 and has written the word sex. Sex. I believe that this is in response to what is better than free money? Sex. I would argue that free money allows you to take out any piece of coos you might wish to take out, treat them like a princess, feed them steak and lobster, and wine them, and give them chocolates covered in strawberries, and take them back to a very, very expensive hotel room where there are rose petals everywhere and champagne awaiting, and, well, you know what happens next. The sex act. So once again, free money trumps sex, because money can buy anything, folks. Anything. Now, Burt Byrd has never paid for it, but That does not exclude that does not make my argument any less valid. Because, well, let's be perfectly honest. I have an IQ of 159, and I'm not wrong that often. I am not wrong often. Squatch. Squatch, you know that better than anyone. In any case, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to now discuss how there are certain cities, NBA players, it's easier nowadays to get laid than ever before. With the advent of social media and dating apps, it's basically just a free-for-all out there, and folks are just sliding into DMs and connecting to hook up like never before. You don't have to go out to the club and spend hundreds of dollars on some slag. You don't have to pretend you like her in person even, or listen to her jokes, or perhaps smell her bad breath, take her out to dinner or a movie or anything like that. You basically just have to show some riz when you're texting back and forth on one of these dating sites, and eventually you'll align the tap. She'll invite you over, or vice versa, and you'll do the deed. Now, for NBA players with their celebrity, their multi-millions of dollars, their fame, and their just absolute animal magnetism, it's like fishing with an atom bomb. It's like fishing with an atom bomb these days for the players, so that going on the road, they are fucking more and more hoodrats than ever before. They are committing infidelity after infidelity. That's if they are betrothed to some unfortunate thought from the past who thought they could latch down this sort of stallion and tame him, when there's just free coos, just super, super foxy coos just everywhere. God damn it, it's so easy. It is so easy that even hip-hop artists like Lil Wayne even envies the NBA players and the ease with which they are able to penetrate a vagina or any other orifice they choose of the fairer sex. They have their pick of the litter. It's gotten to the point, though, that should you get to the league as a young man, 18, 19, you really haven't had a chance to meet any women out in the world. You've spent all of your life in AAU games. You've spent your life practicing, preparing for your future, and you haven't met any actual nice girls along the way. Then you get to the league, and pussy is just, it's raining pussy. It is raining pussy. Sheets and just absolute buckets of pussy. And what happens is you can never meet a nice woman, and you end up marrying the work. You end up marrying one of these groupies, these hoodrats, who have just, been around the block, have had just dick after dick after dick, in and out and in and out, and they've had their fun. They've sampled a great variety of cocks, and that's the only one that you can really start a family with at that age, because everyone knows you're loaded, and it's just impossible to talk to a normal girl. So most likely, in some tryst, she'll poke a hole in your condom, and you'll impregnate her and end up with a paternity suit and child support, or else married to the work. Never a good thing. The work being all that coos. All of that coos. What's worse is that in the association, in the league, no wife is sacred to these athletes. Not even the coach's wife. As the former coach of Minnesota, I know not his name, and the coach of Orlando, I don't know his name either, according to Gilbert Arenas, had sex with multiple players from opposing teams and from their own team. And to what end? With what consequence? No one's going to fire a multi-million-dollar athlete for having sex with the coach's wife. Now, the locker room will be a little tense. It'll be a little tense between the two of them, but it's not going to affect his bread, the players, that is. But it just goes to show you that all is fair in love and war. All is fair in love and war. And the reason all is fair in love and war is because, well, there are rules, ladies and gentlemen. In love and war, there are rules, but they don't matter because everyone just goes about breaking them. Everyone. They say rules were meant to be broken, perhaps for that reason. But in love and war, the rules, if they even exist, are just broken time and time and time again. Another example of man's inhumanity to man. And isn't it a shame? Isn't it a shame? Then again, it begs the question, is monogamy for the betterment of society? Is monogamy the great solution, the end-all, be-all? And the family, the nuclear family? There's a whole lot of brainwashing and philosophy and theory that goes into this whole discussion. And frankly, it makes my brain hurt a little bit because, you know, as I said, it's a large brain and it works overtime. And there's so many ifs and what have yous and ins and outs and variables that I'm constantly just juggling them. So we'll save that discussion for another day. Very quiet night here on the hotline. We are going to do what we basically should never do, and we're going to check the chat. And Dr. Bung Kegels has weighed in that sex and lobster, hold the crabs, is better than free money. Honestly, it's so endearing. It's so endearing, some of the things that you say, you folks, and a doctor nonetheless, to be so just daft. It boggles the mind, because anyone knows free money buys steak and lobster. It's basically, you're paper and I'm scissors, man. I am just cutting your argument to shreds, which goes to show that, by God, I should be a doctor. I should have gone to medical school and done whatever it is you do, or gotten my PhD, and although I do have a pretty huge dick, or did once upon a time, I am not a doctor of philosophy. Well, I had a PhD. So, we are about an hour into stream, and we are nearing a place where the phones are not ringing. The subject has been discussed in what very much appears to be a monologue. And Burt Byrd, as much as he loves the sound of his own voice, well, talking to himself isn't always a great joy, because he already knows what he's going to say. And he's not hearing anything new that he didn't already know. So therefore, it makes it a little bit tedious, folks. When I don't hear from you, I'm talking to you, Cletus. I'm talking to you, Llama. Sonny is God knows where. Mr. Bojangles, well, it's apparently just absentee leadership, because
From.
Big Squatch.
To accept.
well, if it isn't the
But you, Burt Byrd, you're a stupid fucking bitch. Fuck you, Burt Byrd, you can eat my dick. Fuck you, Burt Byrd, I'm gonna take a shit right on the... No.
Are you
How you doing, man?
Are you quite finished?
Oh, no. Fuck Burt Byrd, you can eat my dick. Fuck Burt Byrd, take a shit, fuck a bunch of children in a Jack in the Box. What the fuck kind of person are you? You there, Bert?
I just was thinking.
Bert,
I
I know
was just.
you love me.
I was finding it so
know you
interesting.
love me.
Well, I mean, your singing voice is nice. It's just a shame that you're never going to be able to sing the induction song.
I can't. You're cutting up.
You're breaking up, man. I'm afraid technical difficulties are going to compel us to
I'm gonna
crank
have
you
to
down.
crank you. I'm sorry.
Crank me, Squatch. I know your number, man. I know your number, and from now on, I will send you to voicemail. I will send you to voicemail toot sweet, my friend. Toot sweet. Which means ASAP, as soon as possible. In case you're not familiar with the acronym, Squatch, because being autistic, you probably needed a lot of one-on-one instruction and various things like wiping your ass and not picking your nose, not blurting out like a Tourette's sufferer in public, and keeping your hands off of other kids, and learning to share, and all those things that your schooling was probably comprised of.
Bird.
Hello, Hedonism Hotline. Oh, I'm sorry. We had unfortunately, we lost the call. The call dropped, and we no longer can hear from that individual. That's really unfortunate, because he probably had some interesting, really intelligent things to share, as long as his name wasn't Big Squatch, because as everyone knows, the man is just trivial as all hell, and he's just one of those folks who'll just talk your ear off about absolute nonsense, and about all of these fantasies in his head, and all of these cuckoo thoughts that these autists are out here just believing as truth, because they're just we've got 2 calls coming in.
Call from.
Llama, do not answer.
To accept, press 1.
Good evening, Llama. How are you, sir?
I'm great, man. My plan was to scream at you saying you're gonna die, but you're in purgatory, and that joke doesn't really stick well.
No, that would not land so well. I'm glad you decided
now
not
it's
to.
really awkward. I don't know what to talk about, man.
Well, did you since our last talk, when you exchanged bowel movements with a certain very misguided individual, did you notice anything strange about your? Did you contract anything from this person's feces?
Yeah, that's something I should have thought about, but it went away instantly. I mean, I don't know how the fuck the doctor did it, but he just put some cream on it, and then 20 hours later, I woke up and everything was cured.
So it was your star that was affected? You said he put cream on it.
Yes, it was my chocolate starfish, and it was a bunch of red spots. And then went to the doctor's house, or not house. I woke up in his house. I don't know why. It must have been a weird operation.
You woke up in the doctor's house?
Yeah, a day later.
In what? In not a bathtub full of ice, did you?
No, it was in the basement, but there was ice.
Did you by chance lose your kidneys, man? Are you trying to... Did someone steal your organs?
How would I know if my kidneys have been stolen?
When you piss, most likely it's awfully discolored, and
Like, for example, if it was yellow instead of, like, if it was yellow instead of red, would that mean my kidney's been missing?
Sure, sure, and it'd be a little bit viscous, more drip than stream out of your dick. And yeah, you'd be just in a world of bad luck, man. A world of bad luck if that is the case. But you know, frankly, you know, I'm dead now. I was an organ donor. I might have offered to loan you a kidney because, you know, God damn it, I like you. I like you, Llama, but I don't have a kidney to give you.
Well, that's unfortunate. I'll threaten to kill myself if the hospital doesn't give me a new kidney, honestly.
Look at the whites of your eyes. If the whites of your eyes are yellowed or jaundiced looking, then most likely you are in desperate need of dialysis and a kidney and...
Oh, no, dude. My eyes are the same color as my pee. I'm good, bro.
You need to get to a hospital, my friend.
Really?
I'm afraid you need to get to a hospital and get on some donor waiting list and proceed to spend the rest of your days with your muscles atrophying, waiting in a hospital bed for an organ that likely will never come, and a very bleak death. And afterwards, you know, maybe I'll see you down here. But you better draft a will and testament because things do not look good for you, sir. Things do not look good for Llama.
You know, I say just get it over with right now. Like, I have, like, you know, maybe a note. I don't have any paper, so I guess I have to go to the library tomorrow and get some paper, and then I can just, and that'd be pretty progress, right?
Write a note. Well, I mean, you know, while a good exercise, it's always important to journal, but I'm not sure writing a note would really fix your dilemma. I think you need medical attention, actually.
Really?
Oh, without a doubt. Proceed. Get their stat. You need to get their toot sweet, Llama, and I'm gonna have to crank you down because I cannot just abide you.
Doctor.
Yes, we definitely, folks. I will not continue to have him on the line. He is desperately in need of dialysis, and most likely, well, it just doesn't look good for Llama. So a little preliminary. May he rest in peace. He was a decent hedonist. Made some questionable choices. His priorities were a little out of whack, and but by God, he was a degenerate of most likely D or C quality, A being the highest, and triple A where Burt Byrd is. We've got a voicemail from who else but Big Squatch.
I am going to find whatever printer you have down in fucking purgatory, and I am going to fuck it. It's going to be fucking printing white. Just another place all the ink with my fucking cum. I am going to fuck the printer so goddamn fucking hard. It's going to be just absolutely drenched in my cum, man. Oh, I'm going to fuck it. I'm just going to fuck it so hard. I'm going to fuck it so I can fuck your mom. Oh.
This is just unfortunate. You know, to describe himself as an autist, well, it really just paints all autistic people in a very, very bad light. Squatch, you do no favor to the autistic community. And for God's sake, get it together, man. Get it together. The expletives, for Christ's sake. You make absolutely no sense, man. You're about to have sex with my appliance? Well, that's laughable. I would love to see it. You're welcome anytime to come down to the studio, find our printer, insert your 1-inch wonder into it, and just violate it. And I will be on hand with the video camera and upload it instantly to my YouTube channel and just make fun of you mercilessly. I might even send it to the local authorities because, to be perfectly honest, that's the behavior of a goddamn sociopath. And if there's anything that's more dangerous than an autistic sociopath, well, I don't know that I know what that is, except, of course, an autistic psychosociopath or a psychosexual sociopath. You know, that's a little bit worse. But hey, you know, there's plenty of time. Squatch could turn out to be a psychosexual sociopath as well. Not just a sociopath, autistic sociopath. But once again, just shedding the entire autistic community in a bad light because he is no representative of any kind except, yeah, he is. He represents, he's a representative of what is known as, well, just someone who's not well liked. And that would have been sad had it not been so unlikable, had he not just been such a nuisance and just all over my balls and my back at the same time. I can't abide it. I cannot abide it, which is why he will never be inducted into this club. And that's basically the long and short of it. Lastly, we are going to cover a recent scandal involving Mariah Mills. And Mariah Mills is an adult film star who, until quite recently, was hooking up with lottery pick Zion Williamson of the New Orleans Pelicans. Mariah Mills put him on blast because he decided to stop paying her monthly allowance of multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars, and showed all of the transactions, showed his tweets, divulged certain details about their sex acts, about how Zion likes to spit in her mouth. She even got a fake tattoo of Zion on his face. And it just goes to show you, once again, my thesis, that these slags stop at nothing. These slags are out there. They're after us. They're coming to get that nut, that billfold, that pension. They're coming to get it all. They're coming to take your youth. They're coming to take your sanity. They're coming to take your sense of financial security and well-being, to take your self-confidence away. They're coming for it all, because that's what women do. They are voracious, these slags. So, my hedonists, my young degenerates, proceed with caution as you are out and about in the world, slinging your dick. Remember to always pocket the condom and take it with you, only to destroy it afterwards. Because, you know, these thoughts will probably stalk you down to the very exit of the hotel and just trying to find where it is you'll dispense it, into which receptacle. That's why you take it with you and then burn it. Although burning plastic is awful for the atmosphere. So instead of burning it, pour some alcohol into it and then pour some into your mouth and drink it. Guzzle it, swallow it all, and congratulate yourself on another one checked off the list. Another hood rat taken to the cleaners and left with no bodily deposit. Next Wednesday on the Hedonism Hotline, ladies and gentlemen, we explore the reptilian brain. That would be the brainstem and the cerebellum, also known as the lizard brain, responsible for our fight or flight syndrome, for breathing, for shitting. Basically, it's your pleasure center. It's that little part of the brain that we tickle every time we ingest a mind-altering substance, which, as you know, is quite often. The lizard brain, the reptilian brain. And we discuss it next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Until then, slags and Slags and scallywags, I wish you happy hunting on the pleasure trail and invite you to go get you some because, after all, life is short. So get after it. Whatever it is that you do, do it to the fullest. Go get you some, ladies and gentlemen. This has been the Ghost of Burt Byrd on the Hedonism Hotline, signing off.